Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. I am a certified health coach and today we are debunking the carnivore diet. My honest opinion is that I'm pretty disappointed in the people who stand up as influencers and influence others, especially others with eczema and other skin-related issues, to pursue the carnivore diet when there's countless research out there that shows the link between excess amount of animal products and serious health issues, from cancer to heart disease, diabetes, Alzheimer's. And I don't know how or why people can honestly believe that this is helping. Now, if you're going to make claims, there should at least be research upon research upon research to back up your ideas, right? Well, I did some deep diving today, and I always use the website ncbi.com. And it's basically a medical journal, and a bunch of published articles are on there. Well, upon my disbelief, there's really not that much out there. The carnivore diet is so new and so crazy that there's not research to show whether this is healthy for you or not. Well, why are you going to tell people to follow this extreme diet when there's no research to back up its safety? So the argument behind this carnivore diet is that it eliminates a lot of food allergens. Well, that's a little bit odd to me because a lot of food allergens do, in fact, relate to animal products, especially meat. A lot of common food allergies are to shellfish, seafood, animal products like eggs and dairy. And there's a lot of arguments that the vegan diet doesn't promote a healthy gut, that this carnivore diet will make you bloat free and make you feel good and clear up your skin or all your issues. And I'm here to say that with the research that's out there right now, that is just not the truth. So what you need to use is research and history. So try to find a history of people that are eating this way that do come out with no autoimmune disorders or other issues. And so a lot of people try to argue that the Inuit people of northern Canada have eaten the carnivore diet and don't die of serious health issues like heart disease. Well, that's not necessarily the truth. In fact, the Inuit people have a life expectancy 10 years shorter than that of the rest of Canada. Now, you can argue this is from injury, and that is true for the men of the Inuit people. However, the women die of cancer. They die of respiratory disease. So if you actually look at the history of people and people that have lived long, healthy lives, so that's actually called the blue zones. There's pockets of the world that contain these communities of people who live to be very old very frequently. For example, the Sardinians, there's people that live in Loma Linda, California, there's people that live in Japan, and a very, very, very common theme between all of these blue zones is that they're not consuming animal products frequently. In fact, they consume them as little as once a month, once a year. Some people consume them maybe once a week, and their portion sizes are nowhere near what it would look like to eat a carnivore diet. To get enough calories of meat in one day to create a carnivore diet is enough meat that could last these people in the blue zones, probably feed the whole community of people for 1 year. So a huge problem that I see with this diet is that these people who are uneducated are following these influencers that are saying that this diet's so great, but they don't know to eat grass-fed beef or wild-caught fish. And they're now consuming antibiotics and hormones and steroids and all these really horrible issues. And some people in the carnivore diet are actually eating raw meat. There's a lot of foodborne pathogens that are found in this raw meat. And it just worries me a lot that these influencers are now telling these other people to consume this diet without proper education. This brings me to my next topic, which is my concern for the amount of growth hormones that are now being put in your body or being produced because it's being stimulated in your body. This is actually called IGF-1. So when you're consuming a lot of animal products, it stimulates your body to create this hormone, and it's called a growth hormone. And so this growth hormone makes you grow. And you would think that that's a really great thing, but actually research shows that people who are taller, larger, actually live a shorter lifespan than people who are smaller. And I know this sounds very far-fetched, but do your own research and you will find that. The concern with increased IGF-1 is increased inflammation and an increased chance of Alzheimer's when you get older. Not only that, but this carnivore diet actually leads you to so many risks of so many health issues, and I'm going to read them off from my list. Okay, so health risks include colorectal cancer, increased inflammation, increased risk of type 2 diabetes, cardiovascular disease, excess iron in the body, and that actually leads to accelerated aging. So if you want to look young, I suggest staying away from the carnivore diet. And actually, when you consume a lot of meat, it takes a lot for your body to digest. This causes your metabolism to raise. That's actually not a good thing. So when your metabolism raises, you will become much more tired. You'll then need to go to sleep. You'll need to rest. So if you look at animals that are carnivores, what do they do at most of their time? They are sleeping. So they're actually sleeping to reduce their metabolic rate. So the higher your metabolic rate, the shorter your lifespan is. And I know this is a very strange connection. If you want to know more information, I'm getting a lot of this information from Dr. Stephen Gundry, as well as research articles. So check that out if you're interested. And my concern grows more and more and more when influencers, if you're in the eczema community, you kind of know who I'm speaking upon. I'm so nervous that with such a large following, he's influencing so many people to get on this carnivore diet. I actually had a client of mine use this person's service to heal their eczema. Their eczema did not go away. And I'm just concerned because this diet, so much research out there shows that it leads to heart disease, cancer, diabetes later in life. So why are you going to take these steps right now to maybe reduce your eczema for 6 months when you can take a lifestyle that reduces your eczema for the rest of your life and prevents cancer, disease, heart attack, stroke, Alzheimer's disease? It just doesn't quite line up for me, and I'm so concerned that these people are going to get on this carnivore diet for years and end up with serious, serious issues by the time they're 55. It's so important that we're taking the steps right now to help our bodies in the future. The only real reason that the carnivore diet might work is because if you take someone who eats processed foods, that eats pastas and all sorts of really bad things, gluten-rich things, things that have high fructose corn syrup, color additives, and put them on a carnivore diet, yes, taking someone from there and putting them here that's void of all of those really toxic things, you probably will see improvements. However, it's like, oh, okay, I'll take, let me come up with a metaphor. So I'll temporarily get rid of your bruised knee, but you'll end up with you won't even be able to use your leg 10 years down the line. I know that's, a stretch, but just think about it that way. It's like, okay, I'm going to short term fix a couple things, but in the long term, everything's going to actually be way worse. It's like rebuilding a house with toothpicks. You have a rundown home, you rebuild it with toothpicks. Yes, that's a great fix for right now, but what about 50 years down the line? That toothpick isn't going to last that long. So I just say that to say, please be careful with this diet and know the truth about what's going on. Do your own research. Type in carnivore diet NCBI and see how much doesn't come up. I don't think the vegan diet heals skin disorders very quickly, but at least puts people in a safer position. Yes, sometimes if you're not doing the vegan diet correctly, you'll end up with iron deficiencies, B12 deficiencies, I personally don't believe in the vegan diet for healing skin issues. I think there's a diet in between the two that really helps the best, but I would choose vegan over keto or carnivore any day. Now, how I feel about the keto diet, there is some research evidence behind it. The keto diet does go off of the body's natural ketones. So when you're not consuming glucose or sugar in the form of carbohydrates or protein, when you just consume fat, your body starts burning ketones, and it does burn fat. That's fine short term, as long as you're eating clean while you're on the keto diet. Short term, fine. Long term, not fine. It just concerns me, and I hope you guys do your own research. If you really trust these doctors out here saying that the carnivore diet is great, it works, try it under the discretion of, please go to your doctor and get things checked. Get your heart checked, get your IGF-1 levels checked. Go to the doctor regularly, make sure you're okay if you're going to do this diet. With all that being said, I do highly encourage you to always do your own research. Be careful about fad diets. Look at history. Look at the blue zones. Look at how people have lived long, healthy lives. So that's what I have to say about the carnivore diet. As more research comes out, we may learn new things, but as of right now, I'm concerned. And I hope you guys take this into consideration. You know, of course, at the end of the day, it's your decision. I can't tell you what to do, but I will tell you the facts as I see them. So I'll see you guys in my next video, and I hope this video helped inform you of some things about this very interesting diet. Bye!
Crashing waves, I wanna see them at first light.